On August 27, 2022, a very interesting video appeared on Reddit. One of the Reddit users, who is an employee of an, as of yet, unknown military airbase in the United States, posted a video from the base on their profile, showing security camera footage capturing something very intriguing that night. Shortly after posting the video, it was deleted, but before its removal, other Reddit users quickly reacted. The video was downloaded from this profile and re-uploaded, causing quite a stir. In our previous work on Global UFO Channel, we talked about witnesses from military circles who came forward and openly discussed UFO sightings above military bases where they were serving at the time. One of the most well-known incidents, which we will also cover here in the channel, is the event at Mckinnon Base, where a UFO deactivated a significant number of nuclear missiles, which was a highly serious event. Given that we know UFOs occasionally appear above military bases, especially those armed with nuclear weapons, it seemed only a matter of time before a video of such an event would leak to the public. A security guard, as of yet unknown, from a certain U.S. military base, decided to publicly share video footage from the control room during his night shift, capturing a very intriguing occurrence. It appears that this phenomenon, i.e., the UFO, was aware that it was being observed because it disappeared shortly after being zoomed in on by the camera. Now, we will play the original deleted video, which was preserved thanks to the quick reactions of other Reddit users, along with the original commentary. The security guard who filmed the security camera screen with his mobile phone.
It disappears. This is at 16 times speed. You can see it fly over the horizon. I'm going to slow it down here. Now it's just halted in midair. Then shortly I zoom in. This is where I notice it. I'm going to pause here. And that's the object that I zoomed in on. I'm going to play it again. I zoom back out because I really can't believe what I'm seeing. So I zoom back in, and as I zoom back in, it disappears there. It just fades out. And so I zoom back out to make sure that's just not a camera issue. And then it reappears, so I zoom back in immediately, and there it is again. And then as I zoom in this second time, or third time, it disappears again. And unfortunately on this phone camera, you can't see it, but it fades off gently to the right. It's very pixelated on this camera. So I sit here for a second and wait for it to come back, and it doesn't. But it was sitting there for around 4 minutes, and as soon as I started observing it, it disappeared. And I monitored this camera for the rest of the night, and it never came back. So hopefully we can figure this out.
This is undoubtedly an exceptionally interesting video. What do you think about this? Did this man make an incredible mistake? Not for us, but for himself, as it is only a matter of time before security agencies track him down. Despite his anonymity on Reddit and the subsequent deletion of the video, the internet remembers everything. Unfortunately, his future prospects don't seem very bright, not so much because of the video itself, but because he publicly shared video footage from a military airbase on the internet, which is, no matter how you look at it, a severe breach of security. However, luckily for us, we received a very recent and intriguing video of a new unusual object that decided to visit this military airbase. It spent a few minutes in the air above the base before, at least, it seems that way, realizing it was being observed by the camera, disappearing into the darkness, reappearing, and then quickly vanishing again, leaving behind a blurred trail. This has led some people to believe it was a classic camera artifact. However, what interests me the most, and some of our channel viewers who are professional photographers or videographers might help us with this, as they occasionally comment on our channel and provide their opinions. Is this the real appearance of this flying object that leaves a barely noticeable trace behind when it disappears? Is this a camera artifact? This video is only a few days old, and there haven't been any detailed analyses yet, except for some discussions on the Metal Banks page, which we will get to later. Camera lenses, especially on nighttime footage, can sometimes distort the true image of what is being recorded. Therefore, I am interested, and probably many of you are too, in whether this illuminated object truly has this shape. Is it some kind of camera box effect? Camera lenses can behave quite strangely when exposed to intense forms of light like this. As it appears in this video, the object has some classic characteristics similar to many disk and flying objects of similar shapes. Objects very similar to those have often appeared above many military bases worldwide, and many witnesses have described these objects looking exactly like this. It is one of the very few situations where we have video footage of such a craft. Detailed analysis of this video will follow shortly, and until then, based on what we have seen so far, it is challenging to say anything definitive. However, what I can tell you is that, in terms of the video itself, it appears to be entirely authentic, with no signs of manipulation or CGI deception. Everything else remains a mystery for now. In the few days since the appearance of this video, many have tried to determine which military base it might be. So far, no one is 100% certain. Some claim it might be Andrews Air Force Base in Maryland, where presidential Boeing aircraft are often kept. Others believe it could be Pittsburgh International Airport and a C-17 hangar that closely resembles the hangar seen in the security camera footage. However, many military bases have very similar or identical hangars, and their appearance is often not readily available on the internet due to security reasons. Members of the Metal Forum, experts in uncovering various mysteries on the internet, are convinced that this is Pittsburgh Airport and believe that the video shows a Boeing 777, the aircraft that flew above the airport that night, with the lights seen on the camera being the aircraft's nighttime landing lights. While I have a good understanding of these matters, I am not an expert. I am not entirely convinced that this is a straightforward airplane for several reasons. Firstly, why would the plane turn off its lights twice during a nighttime landing? Even if every plane did that, and every plane indeed has standard lights for signaling, we would have likely seen some lights at this distance if it were a regular plane. When this bright illumination, which typically looks like this during nighttime landings, disappears, we can see that it is likely not related to a typical airplane. Secondly, why would this person, who is likely experienced and has worked many nights in front of these security cameras, mistake a regular plane for something unusual? He should be well versed in the appearance of planes in the night sky. Is it possible that he confused a regular plane for a red UFO? It doesn't make sense, and even if it were meant as a joke or a prank, it was a very costly one. I am almost certain that this person, who posted the video on their profile, will not share any further information, and what we have received is already unexpected. This person is either incredibly brave or incredibly foolish, because sharing a video from a military base's security cameras, i.e., filming the security camera screen with their phone, is a tangible action that can create significant problems. I don't believe this person was that brave. Instead, let's say they were carelessly foolish. After posting the video on their profile, it probably began spreading, with other Reddit users warning them about their actions. They likely realized their significant error, and the video mysteriously disappeared. Whether they deleted it themselves or if the website's system removed it remains unknown. Fortunately for us, the deleted video has reappeared. What do you think? What is this? Are the lights from a regular airplane distorted by the camera lens, or is it indeed a UFO, one of the many crafts that have appeared above military bases worldwide for years? It's not something new, it's just that we now have a video of such an incident, which these people have been talking about for years. Regardless, this is undoubtedly an interesting development, and we will return to this topic as soon as new information emerges. Until then, please enjoy the end of summer. See you again soon. Regards.